Good evening, I'm Harry Martin. Tonight, police are trying to crack the case of a Bronx massacre where 6 people were found shot to death, execution style, in an apartment on Prospect Avenue. It happened in the Mott Haven section of the Bronx off of East 151st Street. Kathy Wolf has been following the story and has details tonight from the 40th Precinct. Kathy?
The discovery was made when another tenant in the building noticed the door was ajar. 3 victims lived in the apartment. They are Julia Santana, Edwin Santiago, and Maria Santana. The other 3 are family friends, Miguel Rivera, Annette Medina, and Christopher Hernandez. People who knew them were overcome with the horror of it all.
Hello, it's your girl Unique here with Unwrapped, and today we are going to react to a video from the Evil Intentions channel called the Valentine's Day Massacre. This happened in the Bronx. I told you go watch this guy. He's really good. Evil Intentions. He does stories all over New York. I'm from the Bronx, you guys know, so this hit home. I've been over there plenty of times. I used to go to high school like a few blocks from there, from where this happened. So we're gonna get into a bit of what happened, and then I'll come back and we'll talk some more.
Stop wasting hours building automations in NAN and Zapier. This new AI tool called Twin does this
road and reached that crossroad, he did. According to reports, Anthony and Elliot would drive to 645 Prospect Avenue, Maria's address. The other men who joined would go by foot. While Anthony waited in the car, the others would get to the lobby. Normally, there would have been a doorman on duty, but on this night, the doorman was 2 hours late. The door to the lobby could easily be opened if pulled hard enough, so they easily made their way in. When they entered the lobby, by complete chance, they'd run into Maria, her new boyfriend Miguel Rivera, 23, Christopher Hernandez, 15, and Annette Medina, 17. Medina was a friend who lived in the same building on the same floor, also a mother to a baby girl. She had dreams of one day becoming a policewoman. Christopher Hernandez, an honor student and artist at IS 52, was returning from a party shortly after midnight and made a call to his family letting them know that he was on his way. He had forgotten his keys and was waiting in the lobby for his mother to let him in. He had recently taken an entry exam for the High School of Art and Design, but he never made it back home, because when these men entered the building, he would cross paths with them. The 4 assailants, wearing masks, would force Annette, Maria, Christopher, and Miguel back into the elevator at gunpoint and back to Maria's apartment, where she was forced to open the door with her own keys, making the extra locks Edwin had installed useless. Once the men were inside, they would call for Maria's mother Julia and Maria's brother Edwin to show themselves. Then they were all ordered to lie on the ground. They would then begin cutting the cords to the televisions and VCR and use them to tie everyone up. At this point, one of the men would open the door to the apartment and whistle, alerting Anthony that it was time for him to come in. Tensions ran just about as high as they could, as Anthony and Edwin would start to argue, making the situation even more heated. Edwin would utter out words of anger as he told Anthony that someday he would get him back for this, but it was then that one of the men with Anthony found Edwin's gun in a bedroom, and within moments, Anthony would shoot Edwin in the back of his head with his own gun. As the others screamed in horror, they would soon suffer the same fate. Miguel Rivera, Edwin Santiago, Annette Medina, and Christopher Hernandez were all shot in the head and killed instantly. Julia Santana was shot once through the eye, and her daughter Maria was shot twice in the head.
This story literally broke my heart. 6 people. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of the backstory. So, there was 2 young ladies. They were friends. So, okay, so you have a girl and a guy, right? So, the girl and the guy are dating, boyfriend and girlfriend. And they broke up, right? They broke up. And then he started dating her friend. And then he had a baby with a friend and got married to the friend. So now these two girls are always at odds when they see each other. They're fighting all the time. So now one day they're fighting, and the girl has the baby, and the other girl brother jumps in to help his sister, whatever, and the baby falls. So she's angry. She tells her boyfriend he's in jail. Oh, we had a fight, but the brother jumped in and they threw the baby on the floor. The baby fell. The guy says he's going to take care of it when he comes home. He's angry that the baby fell on the floor. So that's where this all like stemmed from. So he came home, and let me just tell you guys the rest of the story. It gets even like worse. When you think it couldn't get worse than this, it gets worse. Okay, so he comes home from jail, and then he goes over there to the ex-girlfriend's house and unalives her, the brother, the mother, the three other people that was there, the innocent kid, everybody, the six people, right? So now the brother's friends are angry, right? Because their friend is gone. So they're going to court. The guy who they catch him, right? They catch the guy who set all this up. And so he's going to court on 161st Street. I've been in that courthouse a million and one times for everything. I mean, even when they used to have payphones, like in the 90s, I used to go in there just to use the payphone. So, like, if you're from the Bronx, you've been in that courthouse for everything, anything, right? Um, so he's going in the courthouse, and him and his wife, right? And the friends started shooting, trying to get him, and they get her. So she's unalive. So both of the girls that were fighting over the guy are gone. That story broke my heart. Like, just being from the Bronx and being over there, and these could have been my friends, you know? In the 90s, I was always hanging out over there. So, yeah. So, I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to talk about stories that really touch me, and I just want to say rest in peace to everyone involved. And I'm going to send condolences to all the families. And I am so sorry this happened, but we keep their memory alive. By doing these stories, we honor them and we keep their memories alive. Um, and I hope, this reaches someone and we do better as a people that's, I will always say that in my videos is to please think about your actions before you do them. Like, I don't care how angry you get or how emotional you have to think of the consequences. Please just take a second, calm down. Because if you just take a second and really think about something you're going to do, you really could change your own mind. You really can. It's been so many times, just with anything, little things, or even when I'm angry. And I have to talk myself down to not say certain things to people because you can't take it back and things like that, right? So that's all I'm saying. Like, if you arguing with your spouse, your kid, whoever, like, please just take a second, like, right before it get to that next level, just take that second, go take a walk. Just a walk will help you so much. Just a walk will help you clear your mind till you calm down and think of what you're about to do. Please. If one person hears this, just one, and they stop and listen, then I did my part. Lives are not ours to take. We have to do better, people. This is unique. This is unique, sorry. And this is Unwrapped. Please like, share, and subscribe.